There's a moment in life most of us don't see coming when simple things, making your own coffee, driving to the store, choosing what you eat, start slipping out of your hands. Not because you don't want to do them, but because someone else decides you're not strong enough, sharp enough, or safe enough to do them anymore. That moment is when your independence quietly disappears. And here is the sad truth. For too many people, once it's gone, it never comes back. We have all seen it happen. A friend or a loved one who was full of life suddenly starts needing help. First, it's just carrying groceries, then it's driving. Then one day, they're sitting in a chair, staring out the window, wondering where their freedom went. Unfortunately, no one ever plans for this. And even worse, no one ever prepares you for the day when you lose your independence. But here's the thing. The ability to take care of yourself doesn't happen by accident, and it's not something you either have or don't. It's built, one small habit at a time. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 habits that doctors, researchers, and frankly, the people who live the longest, most independent lives all swear by. These aren't magical secrets, but they are simple things you can start doing right now that will help you stay stronger, sharper, and more capable for years longer. If any of these hit close to home, please tell us in the comments, because our goal is simple: to build a space where we help each other stay independent, strong, and living life on our own terms. So, let's get started with what is possibly the most visible and obvious on our list. Habit number 1, move or rust. Habit number 1 is simple, but it's also the first thing most people stop doing as they age. Move every single day. You've probably heard the old saying, if you don't move, you rust. And it's true. Our bodies are a lot like old trains, strong, reliable, but if you leave a train sitting on the tracks too long, it seizes up. The metal rusts, the wheels lock, and that beautiful machine that once carried people for miles just stops. Our bodies are no different. The less we move, the harder it becomes to move. And once you stop doing basic things, walking, bending, stretching, you start handing over pieces of your independence without even realizing it. At first, it's needing help up the stairs. Then it's asking someone else to grab something from the top shelf. Eventually, you rely completely on others to go anywhere. But here's the good news. You don't need to run marathons to keep your independence. Small movements every day make the biggest difference. Walking for 10-15 minutes, climbing a few stairs instead of taking the elevator, simple stretches while the coffee brews. Every bit of movement you keep, you keep. You're telling your body, we're not done yet. And you're telling everyone else, I can still do this myself. Because once you give up movement, independence is the very next thing to go. Habit number 2, build strength before you need it now. Habit number 2 might surprise you. It's not just about moving, it's about getting stronger. See, a lot of us wait until we feel weak to start thinking about building strength. But by then, it's already harder. Muscle loss happens slowly, and for most people, it starts in their 50s and 60s, long before they notice. But here's the truth. Strength is freedom. The stronger you are, the longer you stay independent. Stronger legs mean you keep walking, climbing stairs, driving yourself. A strong grip means opening jars, carrying groceries, and staying safe if you slip. The best time to build strength is before you need it. Because if you wait until you're weak, it's 3 times harder to get it back. You don't need fancy equipment. Light weights, resistance bands, even soup cans work. Practice squeezing a tennis ball while you're watching TV. Do a few squats while brushing your teeth. Every rep is a down payment on your independence. It's one more thing you can keep doing yourself, instead of having to ask for help. As you can tell, staying physically strong is the foundation, but the next 2 habits might be even more crucial if you truly want to live longer, be happier, and keep making your own choices every single day. Habit number 3, feed your brain. Habit number 3, and this one might be more important than people realize, is taking care of your mind just as much as your body. See, most people think brain health is just about avoiding memory loss, But your brain is like any other muscle. It needs fuel and it needs exercise. Without both, it starts to slow down. Let's start with fuel. Poor diet is one of the leading causes of brain fog in older adults. Too much sugar, too many processed foods, or skipping meals altogether, it adds up. Ever walk into a room and forget why you're there? Or lose track of what you're saying mid-sentence? That's not just getting older. Sometimes it's your brain starving for the right nutrients. Leafy greens, omega-3s, and berries, all proven to protect your brain. And don't forget hydration. Even mild dehydration can mess with your memory and make you feel foggy. But fueling your brain is only half the story. The other half is feeding it knowledge. And that's what keeps your mind sharp, curious, and engaged with the world around you. That means doing puzzles, playing memory games, having deep conversations, or even learning something new. It could be as simple as reading a book, watching a documentary, or trying out a new hobby. Your brain loves a challenge, and the more you give it to do, the longer it stays strong. Because staying independent isn't just about walking on your own, it's about thinking for yourself, making decisions, remembering who you are and the life you've lived. Feed your brain with good food and good thinking, and you give yourself the best shot at staying independent, clear, and in control. Because let me tell you, it's not just about remembering names, it's about remembering who you are. That's real independence, which leads us perfectly into habit number 4, build mental resilience and handle frustration. Now, habit number 4 is one that most people don't think about until life forces them to. It's your ability to handle frustration, especially with yourself. Because here's the truth, things will get harder. That's just part of aging. Tasks that used to take 5 minutes might take 10. You might forget why you walked into a room or fumble with the buttons on your shirt. And the moment that happens, most people start thinking, maybe I can't do this anymore. They get frustrated, embarrassed, and worse, they stop trying. But here's what no one tells you. Independence isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's about knowing that even when things get tough, you don't give up. You slow down, you breathe, you laugh at yourself, and you keep going. The people who stay independent the longest, they don't avoid hard things. They practice pushing through them. They know, I'm still capable. It just takes me longer now. And that's okay. And every time you choose patience instead of frustration, you build mental resilience. The kind of strength that keeps you independent long after your body starts trying to tell you otherwise. All right, we're almost done. And if you've made it this far, you already know. Independence isn't one big decision. It's 100 little ones every single day. So let's tie it all together with the last habit, the one that holds everything else in place. Habit number 5, protect your routines. Habit number 5 is simple, but it might be the most powerful thing you do. Protect your routines. Because the truth is, what you stop doing daily is what you lose next. It starts small. You skip making your coffee one morning because you're tired, then you stop cooking dinner because it's easier to heat something frozen. Eventually, you're no longer living, you're just existing. The people who stay independent, they fight for their routines, no matter what. Morning coffee, tidying the house, cooking their own meals, even something as simple as watering the plants or opening the windows each morning. Those small routines remind your mind and your body, I'm still in control of me. And that daily momentum is what keeps you strong, sharp, and capable, long after most people start handing their independence away. Because once you stop doing the little things, it gets a whole lot easier for someone else to start doing the big things for you. Just remember, those others are just trying to help you live more comfortably. They don't realize the emotional side of always needing their help. So talk with them. Maybe you can both decide on what routines would be best to keep and which ones really do need help. So there you have it, 5 habits that on their own might not seem like much, but together They're your defense against losing the one thing most people don't realize they're about to lose: their independence. And here's what I want you to remember: it's never too late to start. You can pick one of these today, right now, and start building a little more strength, a little more patience, a little more of your independence back. Head down to the comments and tell us what you're struggling with, what you're worried about losing, or what's helped you stay independent so far. While you're down there, remember to subscribe and tap the bell so we can all grow together. Because this isn't just a video, it's a community. And the more we talk about this stuff, the more we learn from each other, the longer we all stay living the way we want to. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay strong.